What's up, guys? Rod J back again. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. And today, I'm going to get into something a little bit different just because I've seen this come up like every few months or so, ever since this beer has kind of been released. And I'm talking about the Yellow Belly beer that was done as a collaboration between Omnipollo and also Buxton. Omnipollo, of course, is out of Sweden. He got Buxton out of the UK. And so just recently over here in the States, last week, this is actually July 19th. So actually, I should say earlier this week, somebody was offended because they were offered a beer at one of the places to try when the person didn't know what they might actually want. And so the person suggested they had the Yellow Belly beer to actually give it a try. And the funny thing is, it's kind of like, obviously, if you've seen the packaging on this beer, it does bring up basically the look of what would be, you would think, something that would be back in the clan or whatever it may be. It's definitely got the white sheet and the two poke holes. Funny thing is, there's times when things that are done to be in a way to bring awareness to stuff aren't seen that way because people get too locked into maybe how it was presented, which the presentation of how this beer was actually done, that can be debated. But again, so many people are so focused looking at the tree, they miss the whole forest of everything behind it. The beer itself, if you actually see the beer and you know the beer, there is a message around it, and it's basically an anti-racist type message. And if you don't know, the co-founder and Omnipollo CEO, and I might mess up his name here, but Hanik Fenty is actually black, right? So he's he even talks about issues he had growing up and some of the discrimination that he saw, but they brought awareness to it, or they want to bring awareness to the stuff that happens by having this beer. Now, this beer has actually been discontinued because of all the fallout around it. You do have some bottle shops that still have the beer available. I can actually get it here at a couple spots. But what people fail to recognize about it is when you actually get this beer, and they have it right there in writing how they describe the beer to be. So, Yellow Belly, a person who is without courage, fortitude, or nerve, a coward. To us, one of the most cowardly deeds is to act anonymously, hiding behind a group, a signifying trait of institutionalized racism. This beer is brewed to celebrate all things new, open-minded, and progressive. Taste, enjoy, and don't be prejudiced. So the message itself is actually on the wrapper, but people miss that because they get so thrown off by the appearance of the beer. I don't know what you guys have think about. I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are on the whole Yellow Belly controversy. To me, actually, it's not actually a big thing because I know the message, I know what they're doing, I know the how they're kind of setting it up, and I can understand where they're coming from in their angle. I don't know much about Buxton, but I do a lot of Omnipollo beers when I can, and for me, I think it's a great way to identify the issues that we're seeing out there. Is it that bad because they did it in the way they did? Maybe it was a shock value part to get your attention. Whatever it may be, if you're going to get it, make sure you take it on whole and just don't judge it just because what you're seeing up front. Like we say, right, you can't always judge a book by the cover. People seem to be doing that with this beer and not really going fully deep into it as intended. So just one of those things happening right now. I thought I'd share, get your guys' feedback. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment on it. Let me know what your feelings are about this. And if you've had this beer, let me know what you thought of it as well. Like I said, I can get it here. I actually may pick up a couple just because I do want to try it since now you can't get it anymore. The places I got it in pretty good shape. It's about $13 a bottle, which I thought at one point might be a little high, but apparently it's higher than that in a lot of places too. So if you check it out, let me know. Leave me a thought on that as well. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video, and I will look forward to catching up with you guys next time. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time to get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.